Hello, 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 and welcome to Gifted Magazine. And we are proceeding to give you what you need. You dig? I must say that it has been a pleasant day. It's been a pleasant day, and I expect it to be an even more, pleasant evening. You know, I'd like to thank everyone that supports us, over at or on the YouTube platform. Your support, your love is very much appreciated. I have a very, very interesting topic for you tonight. I have a very interesting topic that I'd like to share with you tonight. And I would definitely like your input, your thoughts as well. You know what I mean? Interact with me, leave a comment, so we can interact and engage with one another. I hope that you have had a marvelous day as well. I'm gonna wait for a few people to come in. And if not, the show must go on. The show must go on. I was excited when I first came up with this because there are so many different points that I'd like to make, with this particular video. And like I said, it's very intriguing. It's very interesting. If you would just open your mind, and travel with me. Also, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you will be informed each time that we upload another video. This is your guy, Awesome Will. Awesome Will. So, with that being said, we're going to move right along. In today's topic, what I'd like to discuss is good D never comes free when you possess the P. What do you think about that? Is that a true statement that I just made? Or does it need more clarity? To those of you seeking more clarity and a more in depth understanding of just what it is or exactly what it is I speak about or that I'm speaking of, I'm willing to do so. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going to do. So, is that a true statement? My question to you. Or are you questioning yourself about it? Good D never comes free when you possess the P. Are you thinking about it? Are you in a deep state of pondering, sir? Well, you should be, because I have something so wonderful to share with you. This is amazing. So, what exactly do I mean when I make the statement that good D never comes free when you possess the P? Well, let's dive into it. Let's talk about it. As I like to say, let's talk about it. And I'm going to give you a breakdown of exactly what it is that I'm talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start from the ground, from the foundation, and we're going to work our way up. just like an old familiar song, gospel song back in the day, that my grandmother and maybe your grandmother and some of your relatives as well, they used to sing, you know, you'll understand it better by and by. You dig what I'm saying? You'll understand it better by and by. So let's get into it. All right. Now we're going to start here. The story of Noah and the ark, found in the book of Genesis, is one of the most profound accounts in the Bible. It highlights the unwavering faith of Noah, a man who trusted God when the world around him chose a different path. This ancient tale offers timeless lessons on faith, obedience, and perseverance, making it relevant to modern readers seeking inspiration in their journey of trusting God. The world of Noah's time. You with me? The world of Noah's time. In Noah's era, the earth was filled with corruption and violence. Humanity had turned away from God's commandments, and wickedness prevailed. Genesis 6:5 describes it. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil as the time, or all the time. Amid this moral chaos, Noah stood out as a righteous man, blameless among his contemporaries, and walked faithfully with God. And that's Genesis 6 and 9. Okay? Noah's character exemplifies the importance of staying true to God's principles, even when surrounded by negativity. His story teaches us that one person's faith can make a significant difference in a world desperate for hope. God's command to build the ark. Now, it's getting interesting, right? Okay? It's getting interesting. Okay? Man, I have yet begun to give you this word or to give you this game. It's going to make sense now. I'm telling you, pay attention. God's command to build the ark. God decided to cleanse the earth with a great flood, but chose Noah to preserve humanity and animal life. He commanded Noah to build an ark, an enormous wooden vessel designed to withstand the deluge or the deluge. God gave Noah detailed instructions about the ark's dimensions. Listen now, listen, listen. God gave Noah details, instructions, or detailed instructions about the ark's dimensions, materials, and purpose, emphasizing his divine plan's precision. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Stay with me. Stay with me now. For Noah, this was no small task. Building an ark of such magnitude without modern tools or machinery was a monumental challenge. Come on. Having a responsibility of building or creating something so enormous without, how do you do it? How do you do it? How is it done? Right? Now, this is just the beginning. Okay? We haven't even removed the outer layer yet. You know what I mean? Of the rose or of the carnation. We haven't removed the outer layer. Okay. Let's move forward, right? For Noah, this was no small task. It never is. It's never a small task. Building an ark of such magnitude, building a dream, building a vision, right? Without modern tools or machinery was a monumental challenge. This one right here is for the books. This is for the books, right? Moreover, Noah was called to build this ark in a time when there was no visible sign of rain, let alone a flood. Come on, man. Come on, man. Right? There was no visible sign of rain, let alone a flood. His obedience to God required immense faith and trust in his promise. Right? Now we're coming to this. Why Noah trusted God? Why Noah trusted God? Can you dig it? Walk with me now. We finna do a bust down, man. We finna bust it down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's plenty to go around. We gonna bust it down. You hear me? Check it out. Why Noah trusted God. Noah's decision to trust God wasn't rooted in blind faith, but in his personal relationship with him. The Bible describes Noah as a man who walked with God. Genesis 6:9 details that, right? This daily communion with the Creator gave Noah confidence in God's wisdom, power, and faithfulness. Number one, God's proven faithfulness. Noah had witnessed. Noah witnessed this now. He witnessed what? God's consistency in upholding his word. Why? For he is not a man that should lie, right? If nobody that you know personally keeps their word, I know a man, you hear me? I know a man, or I know a being that you can definitely have faith and trust in. And I was made in his image. So therefore, shouldn't I be trustworthy as well? Shouldn't I be somebody that my spouse or my mate or my children believe in and have an unwavering faith? Because I'm made in his image. He is the great I am. He is the great example for mankind. Why wouldn't I follow in his footsteps? Or why wouldn't I try to be the best example that he gave to man for my children, for my lady, for my spouse? We all fall short of the glory of God, right? But we must continue on striving to become better, striving to be and not have unwavering faith. not only in God or the Most High, but in self, within self, He isn't a man that should lie. So upholding his word, trusting God comes naturally when we recognize his unchanging nature and previous acts of faithfulness. There are many instances that he showed up for me, and he continues to do so. Not only during a time of need, you know what I mean? But every day he show up and show out for me. And just as he does for me, that's what I am to do. Being a responsible figure, being a responsible man, especially for my children, if you should have any. I don't have any at the time. But for my lady, my woman, you know, my teammates or my teammates, my peers, you know, that's the way you should be, or that's the way you can be. It's not so easy, but once you start walking the path, just being a righteous man, being an enlightened man, it comes with time. It ain't easy, right? Now, check this out. Obedience over understanding, building an ark. In preparation for an unprecedented flood might have seemed illogical to Noah's contemporaries. They like, man, what is this man doing? What is this dude doing, man? He doing too much. He doing way too much, man. What this guy got going on, man? He ain't got the tools. You know what I mean? Nor does he have the machinery. Like this guy is living in this is an illusion. Like what is this guy thinking about? Right? Yet Noah obeyed without requiring full understanding. His faith was rooted in the belief that God's wisdom surpassed human reasoning. Come on with it. You do what you do for a reason, to better build yourself, to better build your kingdom. Nobody walking the face of this earth can tell you about the conversations that you had with a higher power or with God about what you should be doing. Everyone here within this earth or within this planet, they have an assigned duty or responsibility. So who is the world to tell you what God told you to do regarding the world? He didn't create all of us the same. Okay? You don't have to give anybody any reasoning for why you do what you do and how you're doing it, when you're doing it. You don't owe anybody an explanation when you talk to God about it. You were probably chosen from birth. Okay? So let's continue. The hope in God's promises. God promised Noah that he and his family would be saved if they followed his instructions. Don't know where to start. He had absolutely no idea as into where to start, right? Bamboozled, baffled, you know what I mean? Or baffled by about what's going on, caught off guard about what's going on and what's being said to him, right? But this certain man is telling him, if you do as I say, if you gonna follow me, right? If you're gonna trust in me, right? I've never failed you. But if you're gonna do those things, if you follow my instruction as told, if you trust this promise, your family and yourself will be saved. Okay? Now, Noah trusted this promise, demonstrating the power of hope in overcoming fear and doubt. That's something to overcome, right? That is definitely, or that is certainly a hurdle. That is a hurdle, man. It ain't for the weak. It's better said than done. It's easier said than done. To overcome fear and doubt, let's continue. Lessons from Noah's trust. Now, these are the lessons from him having trust, right? Number one, faith requires action. Trusting God isn't passive. Noah demonstrated his faith through action, investing years in constructing the ark according to God's instructions. Similarly, faith should be evident in our daily choices and efforts. Number two, stand firm against opposition, not with opposition, against opposition, right? Noah likely faced ridicule and skepticism from those who couldn't comprehend his mission. Come on, man. Come on with it, bro. Come on, my man. Come on, man. Did you not just hear what I said? Did you not just hear what I said? He faced ridicule and skepticism from those who couldn't comprehend his mission. Why? Because his mission wasn't theirs. You can't tell me what God said do. I don't care how you feel about it. You can't tell me what God said to do with my life. You can't tell me how God designed my life because, like I said, everyone has their rightful position. Many just haven't answered the call. Okay? Who are you to judge me about what God told me to do? I don't care what it looked like to you. Who are you to judge me about the plan that God has for my life? It's already been predestined, right? Yet he remained steadfast. That's a good key word right there. Steadfast. Reminding us to prioritize God's approval over societal opinions. Now, dig this. Number three, God Do you hear me? God, you don't hear me. Do you? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you do. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me say that again for you. God, hmm, you ready for it now, right? Here we go. God, God, capitalized G. God, God what? Rewards. How sweet it is. God rewards, baby, all the time. Not sometimes, but all the time. From the time you part your eyes in the morning, God rewards, baby. You know what I'm saying? God rewards. Why? Check this out. Faithfulness after the flood, God established a covenant with Noah. What is that? What is a covenant? What is a covenant? Hmm? A bond, a relationship, right? An agreement, right? After the flood, God established a covenant with Noah, symbolized by the rainbow. By the rainbow. Check it out now. Promising what? Never to flood the earth again. Genesis 9:12 through 16. This illustrates that God honors those who trust him, even in the face of uncertainty. Now, applying Noah's lessons today, the story of Noah and the ark resonates deeply in today's world. Like Noah, we are often called to trust God in circumstances that challenge our understanding, whether it's facing personal trials, navigating societal pressures, or stepping into unfamiliar territory. Noah's example encourages us to learn or lean on God's promises. Here are practical ways to build a Noah like trust in God. Cultivate a relationship with God. Spend time in prayer, worship, and Bible study to deepen your connection with Him. Act in faith. Obey God's guidance even when it doesn't align with worldly logic. Focus on God's promises. Remember that His plans are for our good and His glory. Jeremiah 29:11. Noah's legacy of faith. The story of Noah and the ark transcends its historical context, offering enduring lessons on trusting God. Noah's faith enabled him to rise above doubt, persevere through trials, and fulfill God's extraordinary plan for his life. As we reflect on Noah's unwavering trust in God, we are reminded that faith isn't about understanding every detail. It's about believing that God's wisdom and love will guide us to safety, just as he guided Noah. In moments of uncertainty, let us draw inspiration from Noah's example, trusting that God's promises are always worth holding on to. Okay? It's always worth holding on to. Always. So, good D never comes free when you possess the P, right? So, what is the D? What is the D? This D that you speak of, although it applies to another space or another area in life when dealing with men and women, or a man that is a man of leisure, you know, it doesn't come free, especially if he's shown and proven. He's been known to show and prove what he's capable of doing, or that he's a reliable source to better improve the life of his counterpart. Now, what is the D? Direction. And what is direction? Direction is a noun, and the noun is a person, a place, or a thing. Direction is a noun, right? So, what is this thing that you speak of called direction? As in to instruct. What did Noah embrace? He embraced the instruction of the Most High, right? Let's get further in to the make of what direction is. Direction is a statement of what to do that must be obeyed by those concerned. As to instruct, a statement of what to do that must be obeyed by those concerned. So what? Good direction never comes free when you possess the P, right? Which D? Which D do you obtain? Or maybe you possess directive, right? And what is directive? Directive is similar to direction. And if you look it up, it's pretty much the same thing. It too is a noun, as in to instruct, a statement of what to do that must be obeyed by those concerned. God cares for you. He cares for you. So by him caring for you, or having people that care for you, people that are concerned about you and your well-being, if it's a healthy knowledge, what are they going to do? They're going to give you direction. They are going to be the directive. Good directive never comes free when you possess the P. Or maybe it's another D. good D never comes free when you possess the P. Is it direction, directive, or maybe it's this one, decree? Is it decree? Decree, it too has a similar meaning, definition. And what is that? It is also a noun. And what is it? As into, instruct, God's decree, a statement of what to do that must be obeyed by those concerned. His decree, right? The decree of your man, the guidance of your man. Woman, a woman taking the direction or the directive or the decree of her man. A good man, just like God. He is what? A good man, not just any man. We're talking about a good man, right? Or check this out, a good decree never comes free when you possess the P. Or how about this? If it isn't direction, the D that you possess, if it isn't direction, or the D that you give it, if it isn't direction, if it isn't directive, if it isn't decree, maybe, just maybe, it might be demand. And it too is a noun, being a person, place, or thing. And what exactly is a demand? As a request. Hmm? Do you dig? Do you dig? Do you dig that as a request? Let's get further into it. Something that someone insists upon having. Hmm? Or can I rightfully say good demand never comes free when you possess the P? I'd imagine so. Because, simply because it is as a request. Just as God requested that Noah build the ark without all the necessary instruments that he needed. He didn't have anything, but he decided to build it anyway because his faith was unwavering, right? Hmm, hmm. Now, I mentioned the rainbow, right? I mentioned the rainbow. Okay. Now, what is the rainbow symbolic of? We're going to get, or I'm going to get into more in depth details as a description of exactly what it means. Okay? The rainbow, a symbol of God's promise. And he promised who? He promised Noah. If he proved himself to be faithful, right? The same faith that you need within your peers, the same faith, it's hard to come by, but there's somebody out there that appreciates you that much. There's a woman out there somewhere that appreciates you that much, that her faith in you is unwavering. There's a man out there that has that much faith in you that his faith is unwavering. Why? Why? Because of the decree? Because of the demand? Is it his directive? Or maybe it's his direction and it just makes sense to you, right? Now, throughout history, the rainbow has been a powerful and enduring symbol. Its vibrant colors and majestic arc in the sky captivate people of all ages, inspiring I'm sorry, wonder and awe. For Christmas, the rainbow holds an even deeper significance. It represents God's promise to humanity, rooted in the biblical account of Noah. The rainbow serves as a reminder of God's covenant, faithfulness, and mercy. Okay? The biblical origins of the rainbow as a symbol. The story of the rainbow's significance begin in the book of Genesis, chapter 6 through 9, as we just spoke about, or just spoke of. Humanity had descended into wickedness, prompting God to cleanse the earth with a great flood. Noah, a righteous man, found favor in God's eyes and was instructed to build an ark to save his family and pairs of every living creature. You hear that? Let's continue. After the flood waters receded and Noah's family emerged from the ark, God made a covenant with Noah and all living creatures. Check this out. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. That's it. That's all. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and earth. Okay? Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Now, that was his promise to mankind. That was his promise to Noah, right? Now, the rainbow was established as a visible sign of God's promise, a reminder that he would never again destroy the earth with the flood. The meaning behind God's promise. Check game now. Check it out. The rainbow, as described in Genesis, represents several key aspects of God's character and relationship with humanity. Number one, God's mercy. The flood was a demonstration of God's judgment on sin. but it was also a testament to his mercy. By sparing Noah and his family, God showed his desire to preserve life and give humanity a second chance. The rainbow serves as a symbol of his mercy and grace, reminding us that God's judgment is always tempered with what? With what? Love. The same as your judgment should be with you and your loved ones, with you and your family, you and your lady, you and your children. It should be the same. Because why? You were made in his image and you were marvelously and wonderfully made, right? Okay, number two, God's faithfulness. The rainbow is a reminder of God's faithfulness to his promises, right? Ooh, ooh, check it out. Let's rewind. Let's go back. You know what I mean? I'm having a fact attack right now. You dig? Check this out. I'm having a fact attack. The rainbow is a reminder of God's faithfulness to his promises, just as he kept his covenant with Noah. God continues to be faithful to his word. This assurance brings comfort to believers, reminding them that God's promises are unchanging and trustworthy. Number three, God's love for all creation. Not some of it, but God's love for all creation. God's covenant wasn't just with Noah and his descendants, it was with every living creature on earth. Like I said, God loves you, right? Every living creature on earth. This inclusivity underscores God's love for all of his creation and his desire for its flourishing. The rainbow is a universal symbol that transcends time and culture, reflecting God's care for the entire world. For the entire world, man. Right? Check this out. The rainbow symbolism in Christian theology. I'm not religious. I am very spiritual, though. Now, check this out. Beyond the Genesis narrative, the rainbow appears in other parts of the Bible, often symbolizing God's glory and presence. Number one, the rainbow in Ezekiel's vision. Hey, I'm telling you, man, it's real. It get real. It get real around here in these areas. You know what I'm saying? Around these parts right here, man. Around these locations. You dig what I'm saying? It get real, man. You know what I'm saying? The rainbow in Ezekiel's vision. In Ezekiel 128, the prophet describes a vision of God's glory, like the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds on a rainy day. So is the radiance around him. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Here, the rainbow represents the brilliance and majesty of God's presence, reminding us of his sovereignty and holiness. Number two, the rainbow in Revelation. Now we're going from Ezekiel to Revelation, to Revelation, right? In Revelation 4:3, the Apostle John describes the throne of God surrounded by a rainbow. Come on, man. The what? The throne of God surrounded by a rainbow. So, what does it mean exactly? Right? Well, here we are. And the one who sat there had the appearance of Jasper and Ruby, not Casper, not Casper now. And the one who sat there had the appearance of Jasper and Ruby, a rainbow that shone like an emerald encircled the throne. Did you dig that? A rainbow that shone like an emerald encircled the throne. The rainbow in this context symbolizes God's eternal covenant and his divine authority over all creation. These biblical references enrich our understanding of the rainbow as more than just a natural phenomenon. It is a divine symbol imbued with spiritual meaning, pointing to God's glory, promises, and presence. Now, these are some lessons that we can learn from the rainbow. Hope in difficult times, which many of us has seen, okay, or have seen during the course of life. Hope in difficult times. Just as the rainbow appeared after the storm in Noah's time, it serves as a reminder that God brings hope and restoration after trials, not before trials, not before trials, but after trials. In our own lives, we can look to the rainbow as a sign of God's promise to be with us through life storms, through life's storms. Now, trust God's promises. The rainbow teaches us to trust in God's promises, even when circumstances seem uncertain. Just as he kept his covenant with Noah, God will fulfill his promises to us, providing guidance, protection, and love. Number three, God's unchanging nature. Come on, man. Didn't I just say not very long ago that he is a man that shouldn't lie? Didn't I just say that? Now, this is to give you more in depth information about God's unchanging nature. The rainbow reminds us of God's unchanging character. While the world around us may shift and change, God's promises remain steadfast. When they change on you, or when people change on you, when he changes on you, when she changes on you, God is the most solid individual that you could ever have in your corner. You hear me? My guy, my homie, my player partner, whatever you desire to use as a reference, my girlfriend, my home girl, the most solid individual with an unchanging character that you will ever have. While meanwhile, people of the world, or many people of the world, change gears on you, man, in character. God will always remain steadfast, and you want to remain steadfast too. Because why? You were made in his image, and you desire to live or to be more like him. None of us are perfect, but are we? But aren't we? Through Christ Jesus, who strengthens you, you can be, right? Now, the science of the rainbow, a natural and spiritual wonder. From a scientific perspective, a rainbow forms when sunlight passes through water droplets in the atmosphere. The light is refracted, dispersed into its component colors, and reflected, creating the arc of vibrant hues we see. This natural explanation enhances rather than diminishes the rainbow's spiritual significance. It reveals God's creative power and the intricate design of the natural world. The beauty of the rainbow is a testament to God's artistry, blending science and spirituality in a way that inspires awe. The rainbow in modern culture. The rainbow has taken on various meanings in contemporary culture, symbolizing diversity, unity, and hope. While these interpretations are valuable, it's essential to remember the rainbow's biblical roots as a symbol of God's covenant. Be mindful of that now. For Christians, the rainbow remains a profound reminder of God's love and faithfulness. By reclaiming its spiritual significance, believers can share its message of hope and redemption with the world. Practical applications for believers. Use the rainbow as a teaching tool. Parents and educators can use the rainbow to teach children about God's promises. Sharing the story of Noah and explaining the spiritual meaning of the rainbow can help instill faith and trust in God's word. Number two, reflect on God's promises. The next time you see a rainbow, take a moment to reflect on God's promises in your own life. Use it as an opportunity to pray and thank Him for His faithfulness. Number three, share the message of the rainbow. As a Christian, you can share the story of the rainbow's significance with others, whether through social media, artwork, or conversations. Spreading these messages can inspire hope and faith. Now, the rainbow is more than a beautiful display of colors in the sky. It is a profound symbol of God's promise, faithfulness, and His love. Rooted in the biblical story of Noah, the rainbow reminds us of God's mercy and His desire for a lasting covenant with all creation. Not some of it, but all creation. In a world filled with uncertainty, the rainbow offers a message of hope and assurance. It invites us to trust in God's unchanging promises, just like they used to say back in the day, coming up in the church or whatever. put your hand in God's hand, because it's unchanging. That's what they in his unchanging hand, right? God's unchanging promises, and to remember his presence in our lives. So the next time you see a rainbow, let it be a reminder of the God who keeps his word, a God who is faithful, loving, and true. Embrace its beauty as a sign of his everlasting covenant and allow it to inspire you to live with hope, gratitude, and faith. Now, I ain't done with you yet. Okay? Now, good deed never comes free when you possess the what? Good deed never comes free when you possess the what? The P. But what might that P be? What might that P be? You ready? We just spoke about it. When you have good D direction, right? Good direction never comes free, right? Simply why? Because when God or when Jesus told Noah to build an ark, and he didn't have anything that he needed to build an ark, and it took him hundreds of years to successfully design and complete it, not having the tools, not having the machinery, right? It didn't come free. What did it cost him? His faithfulness, his faithfulness in what God was telling him. And what was that? What was that that God spoke of or that he spake of? The promise. Good direction never comes free when you possess the promise. Or maybe good directive, a good directive never comes free when you possess the promise. Or maybe, you know, a good decree never comes free when you possess the P. Or a good demand, a good demand as a request, something that someone should insist upon having. A good demand never comes free when you possess the P, the promise, right? The P. Or maybe your P is the prophecy. Now, the promise is a verb, as in to vow, the promise. Maybe your particular or specific P is the prophecy. Prophecy being a noun, as in prediction, a declaration that something will happen in the future. Maybe it's prophecy. Good direction never comes free when you possess the promise. Good directive never comes free when you possess the prophecy. What about the next one? Maybe your P is prognosticate or prognostication, right? What is prognostic? What does it mean to prognosticate or prognosticate? To tell of or describe beforehand. You can't tell me My mama can't tell me, your mama can't tell me, can't nobody tell me what I know already. For one, God being my power source, he gave me the play already. He gave me the play already. And if I engage in what you're trying to tell me to do when God already told me what to do, there will be a flag on the play. The ref gonna throw the flag, and your assignment will be incomplete. Following the lead of somebody else other than God. Not to say that you shouldn't have a mentor, not to say that you shouldn't take some sound advice, but when God told you beforehand what more needs to be said, what more needs to be expressed, right? Because your specific P might be prognostication, PROGNOSTICATION, or prognosticate, PROGNOSTICATE, to tell of or describe beforehand. Okay? Maybe your particular P might be to prefigure, to prefigure, right? Prefiguration, prefiguration, but we're talking about prefiguring, prefigure being a verb. A verb is an action word. It's just like the promise. It's an action word, right? And what does prefigure mean? As in to foreshadow, as in to foreshadow, as in foreshadow, to give slight indication of beforehand. Going back to the rainbow, going back to the rainbow, the symbolism of the rainbow, signification of the rainbow, right? It's been you. God's promise is always with you. You have it within Him for sure. But as a slight indication of beforehand, you being dedicated to a particular task, you being dedicated to a particular mission, you being dedicated and devoted to a particular assignment, right? Now, good D never comes free when you possess the P, prefiguration. Prefiguration, to give slight indication of beforehand. When you possess prefiguration, right? Good demands never come free when you possess prefiguration. Prefiguration. Although it's a verb, that's your P. Right? Now, I have one more thing that I like to share for you or share with you. Good D, or regarding good D, never comes free when you possess the P. Right? By you containing all of these qualities, there's another thing or another factor that comes into play worth mentioning, right? Let's get into it. In a world saturated with goods, services, and endless options, one truth stands out: quality matters. Whether it's the craftsmanship of a handmade piece of furniture, the precision of a tailor's stitch, or the expertise of a seasoned professional, exceptional work commands respect. Yet, one of the most overlooked aspects of appreciating high quality work is fair compensation. Respecting someone's craft goes beyond mere words of admiration. It involves recognizing the time, skill, and dedication required to produce outstanding results and ensuring they are adequately compensated. L- Let's get into why respecting the craft is compensation worthy and how this mindset fosters a culture of value, trust, and also sustainability. Sustainability. Check me out. The value of expertise and dedication. Behind every masterpiece lies hours. Did you hear that? Do you hear that? Behind every masterpiece lies hours of dedication. I created a video about it a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks ago. Dedication, practice, and refinement, right? Whether it's an artisan perfecting their technique or professional honing their skills, the path to mastery is never easy. High quality work reflects a deep commitment to excellence, and the level of dedication should be met with genuine respect and fair payment, right? Check it out now. Let's use an example. A skilled carpenter doesn't just build furniture, they invest years into learning the nuances of wood grain, structural design, and craftsmanship. Similarly, a graphic designer spends countless hours mastering tools, trends, and client communication to create visually compelling content. The value of their work goes beyond the final product. It encompasses the expertise, creativity, and effort poured into every single detail. Why outstanding quality work deserves compensation. Why outstanding quality work deserves compensation. Number one, time is money. Time is one of the most valuable resources. Professionals and artisans spend years acquiring skills, often sacrificing leisure and personal time to perfect their craft. Paying fairly acknowledges the time invested in their work not just the time it takes to complete a single project. Number two, this is a good one now. Good D never comes free when you possess the P, right? Let's run it. Skills pay the bills, right? But skills, that ain't what it say. But that isn't what it says. But skills aren't free. Developing expertise often requires education, training, and practice, none of which come without what? Cost. What did it cost Noah? It costed Noah his faithfulness. That's what it costed him. Never letting God go, knowing that he had God's promise, right? It came with a cost. He had to pay. Listen, he had to pay the toll, man. Right now, for instance, chefs attend culinary school. That's something that I enjoy. I have experience doing that. Okay. Mechanics invest in tools, and photographers acquire expensive equipment. Compensating fairly respects the resources they've invested to deliver high quality results. Now, let's move on into number three. Number three, baby. Quality lasts longer. High quality work often lasts longer and performs better than cheaper alternatives. Whether it's a well built product or an expertly executed or uh, executed service, the longevity and functionality justify the higher price. Paying for quality is an investment that saves money and effort in the long run. If you get it right the first time, you don't have to choose again. If you get it right the first time, you don't have to backtrack. If you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about being delayed. If you do it right the first time, you don't have to dismantle something, disfigure something, and try to rearrange it as quickly as possible. The end result, it's not going to look good. Just like I said last night about young men building a future for success and what it'll take to become successful without being overwhelmed with all of these necessities, as far as you know, you're gonna need them anyway, but pretty much like in a nutshell, just putting the cart before the horse. You know what I mean? It's okay to have that one bedroom studio apartment. It's okay to drive a Monte Carlo 85. It's okay to drive a 79 Cutlass Supreme. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. It's paid for. You know what I mean? Until you elevate your game in a way that you're ready to move to the next level. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? It's not about your day is coming. Your day is coming now. But while you at the level that you are at, that doesn't mean that you aren't successful, because there's young men out here or even older men out here that don't have a vehicle, that don't have an apartment, don't have a house, or whatever, but start small. This is what I was talking about last night. In the way you build your life, it's a better quality of living. You starting here, but that ain't where you end up as long as you maintain uh trying to stay debt free, paying your bills on time, and just taking care of the smaller things and stacking your money, investing your money into what it is you want to, even small investments like Acorn, and things of that nature. You know, it's a process. You are successful in your own right. It's not about how the world perceives your success as being. And most people that have so many negative things to say about someone's financial, you know, um, position, in most cases, they're a lot worse off than you are, financially, because they are so focused on trying to impress other people when those very people that they try to impress don't give a damn about them. You know, you got to pay that tab. You got to pay that ticket. They ain't going to pay it. You know what I mean? So now, getting back to it. And what you purchase, you don't have a problem paying for what you want because it's what you want. And if it's of quality, you'd rather go ahead and pay for that quality one time. You don't have to hire this person and hire that person, because you feel like you're getting a better rate. But the quality sucks, the quality sucks. They didn't do something, so I gotta hire somebody else to fix this and then add that as well. Oh, they messed up too, so I gotta get some. Okay, you kicking out all this money and still not getting the job done. But that's how some people in society are. They know that you can do a great job. They know that you have, uh, the ability to do something in a way that's profound. You know what I'm saying? Or in a way that's very admirable. You know what I'm saying? And isn't easily attainable. Your craft, your skill, but yet they'll go and pay somebody else because it's you. They don't want to pay. They'll pay extra money to not even get it done the way, or to get that particular thing done the way they want it done, because they don't want you. They worrying about what you gonna earn from it, or what you gonna do, or what you got going on currently in your life. You know what I mean? So you can't worry about those kind of people. You just weed them out. You know what I mean? So, okay, now, number four, encourages excellence. Fair compensation incentivizes professionals to continue delivering exceptional work. When clients and customers respect the value of their craft, it fosters a future where excellence is celebrated and mediocrity is discouraged. The pitfalls of undervaluing craftsmanship. When quality work is undervalued, did you hear that? When quality work is undervalued, it sends a message that skill, effort, and time aren't worth much. This mindset can have several negative consequences. Discouragement. Skilled workers may feel demotivated and undervalued, leading to burnout or a decline in quality. Erosion of standards. If society normalizes paying less for quality, it lowers the overall standard of work and encourages cut corners. Cut corners, man. You dig that? Now, loss of talent. Talented individuals may leave their fields or industries if they can't sustain their livelihoods, resulting in a loss of expertise, right? How to respect the craft of quality work. One, pay fairly. One of the most straightforward ways to show respect is through fair compensation. Research industry standards and ensure that your payment reflects the quality and effort involved. Now, good D never comes free. When you possess that P, hmm, hmm, Good G never comes free when you possess the P. But we talking about the D right now. Good D never comes free when you possess the P. Acknowledge the effort. Expressing genuine appreciation for someone's work goes a long way. A heartfelt thank you or positive review can boost morale, excuse me, and reinforce their dedication to excellence. Number three, avoid haggling for high quality work while negotiating prices is common. Repeatedly undercutting professionals can devalue their craft. Instead, focus on the value they bring to the table and why it's worth the price. Support local and independent artists, independent creators, and local artisans often pour their hearts into their work. Supporting them not only respects their craft, but also helps sustain their passion and livelihood. Number five, educate others on the value of quality. Share the importance of quality work with friends, family, and peers. Highlighting the effort behind exceptional results can shift perceptions and foster a culture of respect for craftsmen or for craftsmanship. Craftsmanship in action. The artisan baker, a baker who uses organic ingredients and traditional techniques to craft artisanal bread deserves more than a nod of appreciation. Their bread not only tastes better, but supports sustainable farming practices. Paying a premium price respects. Do you hear that? Paying a premium price respects their commitment to quality. The expert mechanic. This is a case study. The expert mechanic, right? A skilled mechanic who diagnoses and resolves complex car issues with precision. Did you hear that? He doesn't or she doesn't only resolve the issue or complex car issues, they do it with precision. And with precision is worth every penny. It's worth every penny. Their expertise saves you time and costly repairs down the road. Now, the graphic designer, a designer who creates a brand identity that resonates with your audience, is doing more than making a logo. They're crafting a vision. Their work's impact on your business success is invaluable. Now, let's take a look at the bigger picture. Building a culture of respect. When we respect and fairly compensate high quality work, we contribute to a culture that values skill, effort, and integrity. This culture benefits everyone as it ensures that talented professionals can continue to thrive and deliver their best. Moreover, recognizing the value of craftsmanship inspires future generations to pursue excellence in their chosen field. It shifts the focus from cheap, disposable solutions to sustainable, impactful creations that stand the test of time. Now, respecting the craft of someone else or someone who produces outstanding quality work is more than ethical obligation. It's a way to build trust, encourage excellence, and create a sustainable future. When we fairly compensate skilled professionals and artisans, we not only honor their dedication, but also invest in the longevity and integrity of their craft. Now, let us remember that behind every exceptional product or service is a person who has poured their heart, finances, and soul into their work. By respecting and compensating them what? Fairly, we contribute to a world where quality, creativity, and dedication are truly valued. Now, and why is that? Because when you have good deed, it never comes free. Why? Because you possess the P. Let me say that again. Why? When you have good deed, it should never come free. Why? Again, because you possess the P. Good deed never comes free when you possess the P. This is your guy, Awesome Will. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell each time that I upload a new video. I appreciate you for tuning in to the live. Let's get these likes up, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Once again, this is Awesome Will, Gifted Magazine, and we have what you need, as you may already know. That's our slogan. Thanks a lot once again, and you have a marvelous night. Goodbye.